Hi, everybody. How are you? It's good to see you all today. Guess who fell asleep before the show? No time to comb this.
You look great. You look great.
Uh, you look great. I like your shirt. And welcome, Terry. Terry, welcome, welcome. So glad you're here today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Diana. I
Well,
love that you're doing this. You're doing such a fabulous job.
and I curtsy only to you because without your tutoring, I'd still be sitting at the desk trying to figure
Well,
this out.
somewhere in the desert, Diana, or not Diana, Sally is shaking her head like, if I've been doing the tech, then you know it's a problem. So, hi, Millie. Oh, yay, Millie's here. Yeah, it's hilarious that I'm helping you with tech because I just got off a phone call with Sally helping me with tech.
Did you?
Yeah, she had to take over. I give up. I surrender.
Well, I'm going to remind everybody I'm not very good at catching the chat. And one of the reasons is, they're nice and I got 6 of them for $15, but they wear out after 6 months and they're wearing out. And it's
Really,
very hard for me to see the words.
they are so cute, though.
I know, I got to find more. Amazon to
Oh yeah,
deliver, you know.
yeah, yeah,
So, if I don't catch your comments, please forgive me.
yeah. And I will try to catch your comments, everybody. So,
Awesome. Thank you.
yeah,
N-
yeah.
Wow.
Do
Lots
you
of
want me to say hi to people, or are we going straight for it? Because
We're going to go straight forward for it, except before we light the candle and do the incantation. What's going on your channel for the next few days? How are you? What's going on with the dogs and the kids and all the things?
thank you for asking. Well, I've had a tremendous morning. I went to a yoga class, and then I went to an ecstatic dance thing. Thing.
Ooh.
So I've been dancing like crazy, and my knees are shaky, people.
Shake it up, baby.
Shaking all over. So, so yes, I did that today. Next week we've got Monday through Friday, 8:11 a.m. Central Meditation Tribe. So come on over. And we've got some happy news. Membership is finally starting, so that should be um, on at the midweek
Awesome.
is what I'm hoping. That's what I was meeting with Sally about. And what else is going on? I think you're on next week, aren't you? I can't remember
I
who's on
think
next
we're,
week.
I
Quite
think
honest.
14th. No, 13th. No.
Oh,
Yeah, I
maybe
don't
it's
know.
the, yeah,
We do have a
yeah,
show coming up.
yeah. We've got some stuff coming up, and yeah, there's stuff coming up, people.
For sure. And we've always got dreams.
We've always got dreams. Yeah, the dream show for sure.
For sure.
For sure, for sure. Oh, I think I'm on with Scott too. Scorpio Sun Scott. So
Oh, cool. I like that. I like him. He's great.
yeah.
Well, okay, so let's get into it. It's time to light our candles.
Okay.
And I better have a where's my lighter? There it is. Thank you. That would be the next thing, right?
That's beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Well, and sometimes the bird just wants to fly around, so we don't want her knocking herself into something.
I love it. And I am so ADD that I already have my candle lit. So
Oh, that's fine. And I'm going to go ahead with the incantation. And for those of you who haven't been with me before, I want to say that the beginning of this, if you watch Marianne from Revealing Light, you've heard her say this prayer quite often. It was written during World War II by James Dillard Freeman, and it is the 4 lines that are the beginning of this are his writings, but is so pertinent still today that I've added to it for the theme that we have going on and just for the overall well-being of the earth and all of us on it. So let's start with 3 deep breaths. We are the light. The light is within us. The light surrounds us. The light protects us. We are the light. Where there is fear, let us place light. Where there is loneliness, let us place light. Where there is hunger, let us place light. Where there is emptiness, let us place light. Where there is discomfort, let us place light. Where a child has been lost, let us place light. We are divine. We are the divine light of both masculine and feminine. The light is within us. The light surrounds us. The light protects us. We are the light. And so mote it be.
Amen.
Amen.
Yeah.
So yesterday with Linda, we talked about the divine feminine, but a lot about feminine women's handiwork and the times and how things spread out and how sewing machines were invented and when they came along. And that sewing goes back to the Stone Age and that bones were used. So today I would like to start talking about the divine masculine because he has handiwork too.
Yeah.
And because of the differences in the gender and the differences of stature and the differences in stamina and the fact that his back is shaped like a triangle and a woman's the hourglass figure, that difference alone tells us that we have different center of gravity and that we have different abilities. And everybody can do any job, but the stamina to keep it up kind of goes with genders. Our bone structure is different. Our organs function at the same thing, doing the same job, but they go about a lot of it in different ways. So that's what I'd like to bring in today. And I'm going to throw it over to Terry. So what does it look like to you? What does the divine masculine look like to you? And don't forget, we have it. I don't have to remind you, I'm sure, but we have it inside of us as well as outside of us.
Right, right. The divine masculine energy I always call Father Sun or Father Sky. And I look at it as being galactic sometimes. So, and we're all made of stardust. You know, the earth is made of stardust, and we're all made of sunlight as well, 70%. And so it's really unique. And I also want to say that we're not talking about male or female here, you guys. So you know, it's funny because I just want to bring in that there is a fluidity now of sex that things are changing because we're leaving the duality of masculine, feminine, and going into the non-duality of being balanced. And each one of us is balanced in a different way. Our personality is our soul personality, I believe, in divine feminine and divine masculine, so that we are each like have a different strength. We each have a different quirkiness. We each have a different creativity. We each have a different modality of courage. You know, our courage might be mama bear courage. Our courage might be papa bear courage, and it's a different style to each one, a different energy, we might call it.
Right? That's perfect for sure.
Yeah. So as we go through these, we're talking about divine feminine and divine masculine, because there's so many friends that I have right now that just go through either way, and I've got to say also, the kids that are being born right now, and probably for the last 100 years, but we're finding out more and more about it. We're very fluid in that, and you know, strong women, Eleanor Roosevelt, um, um, really beautiful, soft men. I don't know why, but Liberace's coming in, and so is Leonardo. So they both were. So that it goes back eons that we each have our own specific personality with that.
Right. So what I think the word acceptance is something that has to come into play for sure.
Yeah,
And recognition, because for so many centuries, a stigmata started to be put on this fluidity that wasn't there.
yeah,
It was, where did it come from? What power struggle was going on? You know, where did this split occur? And I mean, we see it in the gods, but we also see their divine feminine side as well, as and vice versa. You know, here's Elena the Trods or Diana or Artemis, who's bow and arrow and dragging the deer by her horns, or riding the deer, more importantly, with a hound on her side and an owl on her shoulder. You know, and the masculine is doing the same thing.
yeah.
Or on Midsummer's Night, we're all having, you know, having a great time.
We're all having,
So those are two words that really come into play with
yeah.
it.
There's and there are specific um, things that happen with that as well, like protection.
Mhm.
And I'm going to go a little bit. I'm just going to dip my toe into a friend of the channel, Annie Bond, and some of her teachings, which is the Divine Trinity teaching, which is the divine masculine, the divine feminine, and your higher self or creator. And that's a beautiful thing because some of us, if we had a birth father, and this can go back generations, that wasn't protected, that you did not feel safe with, that's something in your divine masculine energy that might hurt. You might have a wound there.
Mhm.
So and Tyler agrees with that. So
Yeah.
so there is that, and there is healing to be done with that. And some of us have a mother wound, right? Maybe we didn't feel secure with our mother. Maybe our mother wasn't. Um, um, Maybe she didn't hold you enough, right? Maybe you didn't feel like you were taken care of and mothered. So so it's huge, healing that divine bond. And I know when I started her work, I didn't feel like I had, because there's always been strong women in my family, and there were some things with my late husband and my dad that there were times that I did not feel protected, and I felt like I really had to heal that bond with the divine masculine and think, you are completely held in light. You are completely protected. You have the courage to do this. And that gave me more courage. It really got me in touch with my divine masculine energy. And we look at the Vedas and look at Durga Ma, who is the mother of the universe, but she is also the warrior goddess in the Vedas. And she was there because the men couldn't do it. You know, there was this demon and three gods, and they weren't able to destroy the demon, so they invented Durga Ma, the divine feminine, to come in and vanquish that, and she did it with love.
That's fantastic, because I I have written down, so we must heal the wounds of the divine masculine, even within the female,
Yeah,
even within ourselves as women. No matter, you know, this has got nothing to do with gender. Exactly, it is all. I'm. It is what is in us that gives us equilibrium.
yeah, and I love that. I love that, and I also feel like this divine masculine, you know, and I want to do a big shout out because we've got a lot of men in the tribe now, and I adore that
Yeah,
coming in, and that they're getting a bad rap because of the patriarchy right now.
exactly.
And our sons, you know, our grandchildren, our nephews are getting a bad rap because they're being shown this masculine energy, the patriarchal energy that's not healthy. So what I see is in the new world that's coming into us in fifth dimension and fourth dimension and sixth dimension, is that the divine feminine is giving birth to a new world, and the divine masculine is holding space.
Right. Yeah, right. So we could add these words: empathy, compassion, honesty, integrity, um, uh, confidence, without being overbearing, right?
Yeah,
Vulnerability, things that you would address to a woman, not even using the word divine feminine. But as women, we are not all those things all the time. We have to defend our dogs when they get hurt or somebody's going after them for no reason. And then we defend our children. So the mama bear syndrome absolutely comes in. It is so needed, but for the man to be able to be comfortable because he's been ri- raised to be competitive and to be vicious about that competition. I mean, you see it all the time in the Mabinogion and other books and other pantheon stories and the fightings and the battles and the things we do just for entertainment and bring up the Middle Ages. Here, let's just kill each other for entertainment and a jousting spree, you know?
yeah. We look at Medusa even, and Medusa, she was raped and
Yeah,
she was banished to an island and given this, vipers on her head. I mean, and she is the divine feminine, but she was vilified.
right.
She
By
became,
Venus. She
yeah,
was vilified by the woman whose altar she was keeping.
yeah, the priestess.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because Neptune wanted her
yeah,
and he raped her. So that's, and how many times has that happened to us? Anybody who has experienced that act of violence, how many times we're the ones vilified for it?
yeah, shamed and yeah, and the black sheep.
Yep,
So yeah.
exactly. Your own fault. You shouldn't have been wearing a mini skirt. I wasn't. I was wearing slacks.
Oh, Play Love Remember says her dad used to call her Medusa. Yeah, yeah. And I'm sorry about the dog barking. I've got people coming in and out of the house right now. So, but but my dog is a good example. Tyler. Tyler is extremely effeminate. He is he is so sensitive to everything, every nuance, and he's a healer. He's a nurturer. But if you come to that front door, forget about it. He is going to protect and take care of his own, and we all have that, right?
Right.
We all have something of that.
So I looked up symbols
Hmm.
for the divine masculine, and I found this little article on the astrology and which signs demonstrate the divine feminine, the divine masculine, which signs are the divine masculine within these, right? It's all the fire signs: Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, the great hunter, the big growler, and the ram.
Sorry, guys. I think
Oh,
there she
and then it
is.
was my turn. um, do you know when Tyler's birthday is?
Oh, golly, we got him in. He was about 16 weeks, and that was in November. So dun 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 dun. He could be a Virgo, I think, which makes
Okay.
a lot of sense.
Well, and then the air signs are Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Well,
Yeah.
my little man, he has that, he's got that real go get 'em. It's not competition. It ain't about winning. It's just, I got to get rid of this testosterone. And then he's also the most, once you get to know him, once he sits on your lap and smells you,
Yeah.
you're good. And he is just a little lover boy. It's not
Oh,
with
he's
me. He does
awesome.
that with everybody. So,
Yeah.
so one of the reasons why I went looking for, well, how can I make this different? Because I always write sigils, And quite often I use, to call in the planets, I use the zodiac sigil for the planet, right? Like Mercury and Venus and that. So I thought, okay, since they've introduced so much astrology by using those signs, I decided to go with making little discs that have planets on one side. So we have Mars as the ultimate masculine side, and old one discovered very early in time of astrology, and Venus. And then I thought, well, now we have different types of stamina and bodies. So on the reverse side, I've drawn the triangle for Mars, the male, and the figure 8 as the hourglass for the female.
Oh, I love that.
Okay. Now, our goal is to reunite this, right? Within ourselves as without ourselves. So I took another disc and I drew Venus and Mars becoming united to allow Venus to temper that urge to scream and holler and beat something, because even we can get that. When I can't get a tree trunk out, I was like, right. And then on the other side, I've done the triangle with the figure 8 within, so that we give room for everything. Now, it's funny that you brought up Andy Bond with her triangle,
Mm-hmm.
because when I go to use these, I'm going to keep them separate, because one day I might just want to work with one with some candle to make it for myself or whatever. And so
There
I'm
it
going
is.
to set it up in a triangle when I'm going to use all three,
Yeah.
and then flip it over. So to use these things, little talismans like that and sigils, create whatever you want. You can put them under your driver's seat in the car, any place in your car for protection, um, on your altar while you're doing a candle magic or whatever it is you're working on, your prayer. Joan of Arc can hold these for me during the rest of this time. So things like that are things that can be our tools
Yeah.
to hold space when we're not cognizant of what we're trying to stay focused on.
Yeah. The Ankh. What is the Ankh? Is
The
that,
Ankh, the Ankh is
would that be masculine, or
that, well,
would that be a combination?
yes, because that's the one Godhead.
Yeah. So that, I don't know why, but the Ankh kept coming into my brain.
Well, that makes sense too, because if you think of Egyptians, and there was a blend of the feminine and masculine, and they accepted that.
Yeah.
But we're not. Where did their bloodstream begin? That is the center of it all, right?
Yeah.
And this can also bring us to, well, how did this split happen? If we were like that to begin with, where did this power struggle begin? How did it get this way? Okay, so manufacturing probably had something to do with this, right? And that wonderful golden age. You got to take care of me. You got to give me money, honey. We got to be the
Right.
wealthiest people on the block.
Yeah.
When it's, the delicate situation is when you're pregnant and you're 2 weeks away from giving birth.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just looking up the story of Ganesh real quick, and
Oh,
forget
yes.
Shiva and Parvati. And I have Parvati here on my altar on my desk, but you know, it used to be a goddess. Well, it still is, let's say. You wouldn't need a man's sperm to have a child, and that's the story of Ganesh, that Shiva's away, and Parvati decides she wants to have a child. And of course, he's born this beautiful god, Ganesh, that is born. And Shiva comes home and cuts off his head, because he's jealous. And he's like, "Who's this man in my wife's temple?" And that's and then she comes in and she says, "That was your son." And so he has to go cut off the elephant's head to make Ganesh. But that's why he's the remover of all obstacles.
Yes.
Um, I don't know why I wanted to bring that up. I don't know if that even fits.
Because it makes sense. I mean, right? A virgin was not a virgin as the world looks at it today.
Yeah,
The woman who doesn't need a man.
yeah, yeah. It's all a thought, isn't it?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
and not needing a man, So the handiwork of men brings in heavy carpentry and all of these factors that would have been difficult for the shape of a woman's body. Seriously. I mean,
well,
I just
part
found
is,
the stamina to do it the same way they do.
yeah,
We have a different center of gravity. When I rode motorcycle, I can guarantee you that's the truth. I had a Sportster for a couple of years and I just did not like that bike. And my husband was going to make a man out of me by making me ride this bike. And finally, I got him to put forward controls on for me, which helped to lower it. But he wouldn't put the lowering kit on the back side of the wheels. So here I am, still up in the air. And all I kept feeling was like, I'm going to fall over. And this girl can do some tricks, but I don't want to fall over. But when I sat on that Springer Softail, that was my bike because the center of gravity, the seat is down in here.
yeah,
And where that's the difference, right? So by saying we can't do that, I don't mean we can't do the
yeah,
job. I just mean that what they were very proficient at was watching what we needed and making a tool for it.
yeah, yeah. It's amazing how the divine masculine can hold space, and it is courage and protection
Mm-hmm.
and forthrightness and clarity. I often find with the divine masculine and
Yeah.
calling that energy in, and so many of us have that, and it was kind of drilled out of us, perhaps.
Well, yeah, and even think about the tools. I'm like back in history to the beginning of digging out a hole in the ground. Okay, we're all going to dig the hole, and then we have to bring the mud, and we have to make the daub and the wattle to hold everything together, and all of that stuff. So it takes a team. And there's this one video, I need to send it to you. It's amazing. This guy creates this house by himself out of earth and the fallen trees in the forest. He
Wow.
calls it the free house, and it is just amazing.
Oh, yeah.
To build something like that, he used all old world tools, hand tools that are made out of wood,
Beautiful.
you know,
Mhm.
it just rocks. It's tremendous. Brought back trees with limbs that curved, or the trunk was half sapling, but the trunk was curved, and so that made a perfect archway. It's just tremendous. And
Beautiful.
the amount of digging he did and the amount of dragging he did and how he did it, boulders that I would never be able to pick up on an 18-year-old day, let alone a 78 day. So anyway, it's it's the stamina to get the job done at the same rate that they can do it. Because of that design in their back, they're made for the burden. They're made for that shoulder. We're made to put the weight on our hips. We're made to give birth.
Yeah, which
And
is it's a strength all in itself, isn't it?
it sure is. I mean, it takes just as much to do that, to form the baby, to keep the baby healthy and safe, as it does for him to do that. And then to have the parting of the ways with those hips, and and if they are brave enough to watch it, we'll never say you don't do nothing again.
Yeah, it's a lot of energy going into that.
Exactly.
And like I said, I feel like we all have our different combination of this
Mhm.
strength. And as time goes on, um, we don't need that physical form as much. Not that we don't need it, but it's going to be different because we're going to have so many other ways of doing things, and telepathically, kinetically. Science just had a huge breakthrough in kinetics, being able to send pulses to and create something. I can't remember what it was, but it was just this week. And also something in a leaf of it was a fern that they were able to genetic send frequencies through and use like as a what's it called, a in not an interpreter, but somebody here knows the name of it. Anyway, but so that you can get that through a frequency sender thing.
There is there was just an article. Now, my brother forgot to send me the article because
Yeah,
boss found that article. And
yeah,
so he hasn't been to work since the last day he was here,
yeah.
which was Friday, another
A
couple of days.
transmitter, a trans.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it is, and these pulses are beyond our universe. They're not
yeah.
here. They're not within our universe. They're the,
There are pulses like this. I believe inside inner Earth.
absolutely just
Yeah, it's
look at what's going on with it right now.
yeah, it's all inside inner Earth, you guys. We're on the outside and we're looking out there, but you know the Hathors are in inner Earth. There's so many beings inside inner Earth. The rock people, the tree people go in there with their roots, and the hairy people as well. So and lots of Lemurians in inner Earth. So I believe as many of us here have already ascended and we ascend further with our physical forms, then that's going to be, you know, that feminine and masculine pendulum that swings is just, you know, what you want it to be, a conduit. I love that awesomeness. Thank you. Yeah. And so as that pendulum swings, we can do what we want with it. We can transmit that energy and that strength. Does
Right.
that make sense? Yeah.
Oh, it makes great sense. It does. So the this split, it didn't happen overnight. It occurred over time.
Yeah.
But I believe that when the prism of Lyra blew apart,
Yeah.
because in within this prism, the there were little shards that were getting this. Well, wait a minute. Somebody needs to be the leader of this, and it created this implosion because Lyra couldn't handle that. It's kind of like the Isaac Asimov Foundation trilogy, right? It's kind
Mhm.
of like that. And so when it shattered, they went all through the universe. Some went to Pleiades, some went to Arcturus, some went to, everywhere. Some came to Earth. And then it happened again. Not on Lyra because Lyra had now exploded. But it happens where we are. There's a little thought pattern that keeps following through. The guy who got that piece of the prism is the one thinking, well, I need to have power. And the other one is thinking, well, I just want to live my life and I don't care what you want to do, just leave me out of it. And then the wars ensue, right? So we have to we got to stop focusing on creating communities that are designed to be this riffraff, this toxic dynamic that keeps everything button heads.
Yeah, and we are, and I believe that if you listen to a lot of intuitives and great teachers right now, they say that we have already flipped the switch on the light beings.
Hmm.
and the light leveling up on the planet. In fact, so much so that instead of going just fourth and fifth dimension, we're already fifth, sixth, seventh dimension as we're working with the grid. So we're way ahead of what they thought.
Yeah.
But I do believe that we're still going to have some calamities as things change.
And,
So
right.
yeah,
I think Yellowstone's going to go.
yeah, we talked. All of us got that this month, didn't we?
Yeah,
You, and
definitely.
Kelly.
I saw it in a dream. I was getting my Reiki,
Yeah.
and it could have been something for my Reiki, but then it spewed, and I opened my eyes knowing that that was Yellowstone I had seen when it came to the mountain.
And we're also looking at things on the planet happening, like Ukraine being consistently bombed, Israel in Gaza
Yeah,
consistently bombed for no, yeah, like it's beyond the pale now. So I believe that we're seeing the last of these
yeah,
things happen.
right. War is a business, and we're
Yeah,
seeing the last of the, well, I don't want to say the man that manufactures, because we're still going to manufacture, but we're seeing the last of that tycoon.
yeah. It's for money, 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 money. Yeah,
And there's too many doing that.
yeah. It's going to be love. Like that's our. I really see that our money is going to change. It won't be USD. There'll be some sort of a global thing that happens by. I think it's by 2030, and
This
that
makes sense to me because, from the day that they started the ATM card, you could just go to the bank. You just wait. There won't be any money. That was what, 1984, something like that.
yeah,
There won't be any more money. You'll just use your plastic and go get it. Well, we're basically doing that anyway.
yeah. So it's the idea of it changes too because it's as we go into 4D, particularly 4D, which is just most of you guys are already there, right? And here
Yeah,
comes 50. So sure enough. So
sure.
so if you can
It's
think that you have it in your hand, and you can feel it and you can be grateful for it, and you can also give something away to get something, which is part of the alchemy of it.
yeah,
And then you have it. And that's kind of a divine masculine energy right there. Uh,
yeah.
yeah,
But yeah, just take the competition out of it. Just take that. I'm not saying don't play games, don't play sports. I'm not saying that. It's just
right, obviously.
right. Just take out that I have to win. I have to have the most. I have to have all of it because I am. And that's the softening. Also, if we used astrology, that's the softening of the first house. And why Aries gets a bad rap for that is because Aries forgets. Mars is his ruling planet. And so he wants to take action and he forgets that he can't take action without all the rest of the parts on the body. Because Aries, his sigil is the nose and the eyebrows. He's cerebral. He's got no arms. He's got no legs. He's got cloven hooves for crying out loud. He can't even grab a fork and feed himself. So he has to talk to Gemini to get the fork to his mouth. He has to talk to Taurus to chew. He's got to talk to Leo in order to keep his brain keep going, because Leo is the heart and the spleen and all the other organs. So these are tools of understanding, even as simple as we can keep it, that can help all of us individually remember these things on the inside, because we already have all of that there, and how to utilize it on the outside when we're in company of another person, because they have that same thing going on, right?
Yeah, we are one, just different ones.
Right, right. We don't have to villainize anybody anymore. That's an old story.
Yeah, particularly if somebody voted differently or if somebody is in a different country or a different sexuality
Yeah,
or
I'm
whatever.
like, I'm
We're
too
all the
tired to
same.
care about that. That's small potatoes. We got bigger things.
Yeah, yeah, we got bigger things going on, people. Yeah, and that's part of the earth changes coming to
Right.
show us that. So
The Swiss Alps are crumbling, folks. Come on, get with the program. That's a little bit more important. It's all energy, like you said that the other day.
yeah, it's all
You
energy.
know,
It's
it,
just energy. It's not solid. This hand isn't solid. It's atoms in motion. It's a thought.
it's yeah, it's the in between
Yeah.
because in between each one of those is another universe going on.
So if your hand holds another hand of your angel or someone you love, and here comes JJ. So that hand holding another hand or holding something that you lost. Is there something that you lost, like a necklace or a loved one or whatever it is? Imagine holding the hand or holding it in your hand. It's just energy.
Right. What it felt like is still there.
Yeah.
How many amputees lose the limb or the body part and still feel it there?
Yeah. So let's go into that for a minute
Okay.
because I feel like there's something called transhumanism and then there's rev humanism, right? And
Okay.
transhumanism, as it comes in, is about um, the being kind of a cyborg. Like, but it also there's a lot of good things. Like we can get new knees, we can get new hips, we can get a new arm, right? And probably we're going to be growing those limbs and our and test tubes and whatnot pretty soon or in the lab so that we'll be able to get it. But a rev human can create their new arm and which is reverent human. And that's when we have the telepathy and the
Oh,
be able to manifest these things. So two different things, and I think for a while will be the combination.
right.
But
Well, and
yeah,
we adapt, right? We learn how to work with what we've got,
yeah,
and and in a sense, it develops the strength. Let's say I lost it from the elbow down.
yeah,
This would develop the strength and the ability to assist this.
yeah. But there's on some density, you guys, we are already creating that new wrist and
Yeah,
that new hand.
there you go.
So why can't we do it by 2030? Or why can't you do it tomorrow?
Exactly.
Yeah,
In my dreams, we do all kinds of stuff.
exactly. Exactly. I love that.
So you went to metaphysical school for most of your days, right?
From 12 to 17. Yeah, but then
That's
I
a lot.
studied with other people too, but yeah.
So what is there? What all did you learn? I mean, you must have learned so much about so many different religions and belief systems and magic and telepathy and all of that. So uh, from there, what can oh first was there a power struggle in there?
In the School of Metaphysics? Oh,
Yeah.
it was a cult. Yeah, it was the 70s. It was a cult.
Oh yeah, right. It was a cult. Okay.
I mean, a lot of things are a cult, right? The Catholic Church, you could call it
Oh
cult.
yeah.
So, yeah, yeah,
Well, and you were raised Catholic, so you get it, and everybody here who is
yeah,
any kind of religion understands that. So seriously, it doesn't matter if you're Hindi or Buddhist or living in Tibet. There's still going to be that male female battle that should.
yeah. And there was Jerry, the head of the school, was very domineering. Yeah,
Yeah, and you
yeah,
would think we wouldn't have that there because especially in the holy of holies on the top of the mountain in Shambhala, you'd be thinking this is going to be great.
yeah.
Nothing but peace.
Right. It's now run by a woman, Connie, but and there was a co-founder that was a woman,
Oh,
and she was really powerful. She was one of the first trans Akashic readers in the school, and then I was another one, and then there was another one, Connie, who is the head of the school now.
Oh, wow. So the school's still going.
Yeah. Yeah, it's called the College of Metaphysics now.
Ah,
And they have things around the country, but their main one is in southern, I think it's in central Missouri. Missouri.
in Missouri.
Missouri. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure enough. I can say
So,
that because I'm from.
so you came away with tools to use for just these sorts of big projects that, as humanity, we should be working on together, right?
I think I came on to the ideas of them, and
Okay.
and I understood them, but I also rebelled against them because I was a teenager. And so then I went into Hinduism, Buddhism,
Okay.
Unity, Deepak, Eckhart. I mean, I moved on and looked at other things, and everything's interesting, isn't it?
Yes.
So I'm a pitter patter now, but
Right. But the
yeah,
skills, so you developed the skills. They didn't develop it for you. They showed you the ideas for them.
yeah,
And then you had skills that are takeaway that you use today, right?
yeah.
Can
And
you
I
say that?
I did learn, and I taught as a teenager. I taught adults. I taught people with
Oh,
disabilities. So I taught dream interpretation. I taught intuition. I taught um, what are they called? Universal laws and truths. I taught many of the fundamentals of metaphysics or spiritualism or whatever you want to call it, and abundance, how to manifest, things like that. Um, so yeah, that was all part of the process is going into that, and read the Bible back to front 3 times and deciphered it from the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, and the higher self level. So
well, now there is
probably
a
do that.
book filled with code work.
Yeah, it's a lot of code work.
Oh my gosh, is
Work.
Shakespeare
Yeah.
filled with code work? I've got a book, the light codes of Shakespeare.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
right there with the Bible, and you basically do it the same way. You know how coding is. So
And Paul's saying that he was raised with the Holy Rollers, and one of my best friends at this time, that lived not far away from me, her family was what is it called, not Seventh Day Adventist, but they were something that was like a Holy Roller. Like they got up and cried and talked, and I would go to their camps because they did a lot of stuff, you know.
yeah,
And they
let,
had camps and stuff.
let's have fun in the name of the Lord.
It was so interesting. I was always so interested in other people's religions. Yeah, it was a blast. I loved that.
Because ours was kind of empty. I'm serious. I got to that age. I mean, I wanted to be a nun till I was 16 years old, but um, then I got old enough to know they really meant none of this and none of that. But I, it, I think that at that same time was the Ecumenical Council, right?
Oh
And
yeah,
they took away the Latin Mass, and
yeah.
they took away the veil. I mean,
Hmm.
the things that we viewed as sanctuary, right?
Pretty.
Right, right. Setting us, they were tools of protection. It made you less of a target because everybody had that. Ooh, the wrath of God! If I touch you, don't touch a nun. Don't touch her habit. It's all blessed. It's none of your business. Stuff like that.
Yeah,
But and because of not feeling protected as a child, that's where I was headed because I felt that there was protection in that. But time marched on.
yeah.
So that same lack of protection began to start straining through the Catholic Church as the truth started coming to light, and the power struggles, and who I want to go into those vaults because they got the truth.
My mom always said, she said, get in those vaults because once they open them, they already know everything.
Right?
Yeah,
Don't you tell me the Shroud of Turin is not that ghost of Christ, because I know it is.
and let's just say that most governments know quite a bit about star people, about Tesla's energy. about inner earth and travel through it. And this is just something that they haven't made public. But you're going to have a lot of big reveals happen soon, because it's crumbling. The matrix is crumbling. You guys might notice that your TVs are getting stuck, or your computer on something. This just happened with Kelly. It happened with my computer last week. And we're all seeing it, right? The matrix is falling. So,
Come on. He's just dying to get up here. Come on. You can do this. Jump.
oh, yeah. You're Paul's still afraid of the nun. Well, honey, if you would have been raised with Father Murphy and his leather gloves hitting everybody over the head, saying,
Right?
you
I
know,
always think of Firesign Theater. Class!
yeah,
Class!
yeah, I love that.
Nick Dangerfield.
Yeah.
Well, we're going on an hour.
Okay.
Are you doing okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Well, do you want to draw a couple of cards for this energy?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay.
Let me grab my cards.
I got this new inner child deck. It's not the bunny, it's the other one.
Oh, I love that deck.
I'm going to use this one because I think it all goes back to our childhood. And that's another thing. If we all had the same crappy childhood, how come we bullied each other so much?
Yeah, yeah. We're I mean, we're all finding out who we are right now, and it doesn't matter if they're, where you are on your evolution. Everybody's loved and not judged on the other side. So
Yeah.
they're where they're supposed to be. Like, somebody explained it to me a long time or a while back, and they said, some people are coming here from 2D, and this is a big step up. It's a learning process, and they're right where they're supposed to be.
Right.
And some people will learn a lesson while they're here, or some people are gifting lessons to others while they're here.
Well, there you go, mother.
Yeah.
I forgot what. Talk about a time jump. I wonder how they feel. They're like, whoa, where am I this? I
Right.
thought I was on the planet Earth. This is something totally different.
Yeah. Yeah. Stay curious. Thank you, Annie. I love that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Stay curious. Oh, she's tired of waiting. That's that's the so of course I pulled the sun. So
Oh,
the sun, that's what we're working with. And you guys, I just want you to notice the hand in this, because it's all about the hand right now. And sending energy, receiving energy, and holding the hand of somebody that loves you, holding that which you lost, and remembering it, and remembering the energy of it, and owning it. You have the keys of creation. You guys have this. We can manifest anything we want out of this. Um, and then looking at divine order. So that's one of your guys there, isn't it?
yeah.
Just like
There he
Merlin.
is. There
Yeah.
he is.
Yeah.
Merlin had his finest earth travels, right? And
Yeah.
talk about the hand. You can always hold your own heart.
Yeah.
When you need a hug and nobody's there to give you one, you can always do that.
Yeah.
Those are great cards. We've got the keys and we are the magicians. Hi, Tyler. Oh, and it's number 44. And look, I'm riding on my reindeer. The message is trust your intuition on this journey. So what your what you what your mind, what your heart, what your whole inner being is telling you to do to reunite yourself, then by all means, trust it. Do it. You know whether it's the next step on the path for you or not. Number 4. Oh, let's get another 4. Be still. Cultivate a space of stillness and silence just to be. Hand on your heart. It gives you just that. Wow. Look at that moon. The man in the moon's popping his head over the mountain.
That's beautiful. I love that card.
Isn't that? Oh my gosh, is that
Yeah.
a whale? That's the head of a whale coming up out of the ground. Out
And
of
the eye, the open eye.
Yeah, the one you saw.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody's been talking about the eyes.
Yeah.
Patricia's talking about the antlers. Antlers are huge right now, too.
Uh,
Yeah.
they are our antennas. Our hair is our antenna, you know. Even if you're bald, your follicle is still
Your
there picking up
follicles.
the frequencies.
Yeah.
The next card was 5. Be true to who you are. Fear will not stop you from shining. And
Oh,
look at that unicorn,
oh my God. Talk about a light being.
right? And
Yeah.
looking like a little Pegasus and a unicorn all at the same time
Yeah.
up there in the clouds.
So beautiful.
Yesterday, you know, I've got smoke coming in from the fires in poor Canada still. And I was coming home from the lake with the dogs, and there was this giant red rubber ball in the sky and this amazing haze that made that look like neon orange. You
Wow.
know, do you remember those really bounce balls that were the size of jacks, the
Oh,
size of the ball for jacks? And
yeah.
but they bounced so crazy, and they issued them in neon colors, and they were translucent. That's
Yeah.
exactly what that looked like.
Wow.
Exactly what it looked like. I wish I could have stopped and taken a picture, but the guy behind me would not have appreciated it. Was already mad because I was driving at 45 and enjoying the night ride, you know?
Yeah. I know, man.
It's like, bless you, my friend.
Yeah. It's cool. It's cool. Yeah.
For sure. Well, I want to thank you so much for coming and sitting here with me. What a day. It's been great. Thank you. Thanks
I
for.
love you, Diana.
I love you too very, very much. I love everybody in the chat. Sorry, you know, I'm still not good at keeping my eyes in two places at once.
Yeah. JJ wants to know if you're wearing Moldavite.
No, I have labradorite and prenite, and I have moldavite up on my mantle, though. I have a moldavite sphere. So I
Yeah.
have the dark moon and a bunch of other crystal spheres up there.
I love it. I love
So
it.
moldavite is in the room. You did pick that up.
Yeah. Yeah. She's
All right,
working.
everybody. We'll talk to you soon. See you tomorrow if you can make it. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.